A day after top Hizbul leader Sabzar Bhat was eliminated, separatists called for a two-day strike in the valley. Security was tightened to avoid any rerun of the 2016 unrest, but in a massive snub to the separatists, youth from the valley thronged to an army recruitment drive in Srinagar and Patan. Watch this comprehensive report. After top Hizbul commander Sabzar Bhat was eliminated, uneasy calm in the valley. The Hurriyat called a two-day shutdown and apprehending tension. Curfew was imposed in several sensitive areas.
This area is completely under curfew, barricaded from each side. There are barbed wire fences and concertina wire that's been deployed in this entire area, along with a large number of CRPF and Jammu and Kashmir police personnel in their right gear.
आदेश ये है कि हमारे लिए आदेश हुआ है कि उनको समझाया जाए, पहले उनको वार्निंग दिया जाए कि आप ऐसा मत कीजिए. अगर नहीं मानते हैं तो उनके पास जो हमारे पास पावा सेल है, गैस गन है, इस्तेमाल किया जाएगा. उससे नहीं मानते तो पंप एक्शन गन का इस्तेमाल होगा. अगर उससे भी नहीं मानते हैं तो फिर लास्ट में फिर वही है कि हवाई फायर करो या तो उनके पैरों में गोली मारा जाए.
India Today also spoke to CRPF ADGP RP Singh, who assured they are prepared to deal with any situation.
What is the CRPF doing and the JKP to ensure that stone pelters don't spill out on the streets and there's no repeat of 2016?
We have deployed our forces. JKP is there. Everyone is looking after everything. Situation is there. We have enough reserve forces also. If there is anything happens, we will deal it.
However, the shutdown call did not stop youth from appearing in the common entrance exam for Indian Army junior commissioned officers and other ranks at Srinagar and Patan.
बच्चों का बहुत ही ज़्यादा शौक है. कश्मीर के बच्चों को एम्प्लॉयमेंट चाहिए और आप लोगों ने देखा कि आज कश्मीर बंद होने के बावजूद बच्चे किस तरह से उत्साह के साथ आज यहाँ आए हैं और उन्होंने इस रिटन एग्जाम में हिस्सा लिया है.
This even as Home Minister Rajinakanth Singh assured the nation Modi Sarkar is committed to bringing peace in the valley.
कि कश्मीर की समस्या है इस समय, एक चुनौती है हमारे लिए, इसमें कहीं दो मत नहीं है, लेकिन कश्मीर की समस्या का हम स्थायी समाधान निकालेंगे, यह मैं देश की जनता को आश्वस्त करना चाहता हूं.
Meanwhile, Pakistan continued its treachery. Forces foiled another infiltration attempt in Poonch area, killing one terrorist. Pakistan also fired at civilian porters in Keren sector, killing one, injuring another.
First it was Burhan Wani and then it was Sabzar Bhat. Now it's Abu Dujana, Yasin Ittu and Zakir Musa who are on the army's hit list. Now the bigger question is, will the government of India will be able to foil the plans of Pak-backed Hurriyat hawks and maintain permanent peace in the valley? Reporting from Srinagar with Krishan Kumar, I'm Anindya Banerjee for India Today.
The recent elimination of terror commander Sabzar Bhat in Kashmir at the height of the tourist season has instilled fear in the people of Valley. They fear that they may lose their livelihood again if terror sympathizers use it as an excuse to disrupt normal life. But in a tight slap to anti-national elements, tourists in the valley are resolutely going ahead with their vacations. The Kashmir Valley, the cool tourist destination, now facing the heat of protests. The Hurriyat has called for a two-day band of Kashmir Valley after Hizbul Mujahideen chief Sabzar Bhat's death. But those visiting the beautiful valley don't seem bothered.
I came here after 30 years, but it's the same, but
it is same.
Beauty.
बहुत beautiful है.
बहुत beautiful.
The people have made it clear, far from being deterred by Hurriyat's shutdown call, the valley's beauty is too much to resist.
I don't feel afraid, but it's very beautiful.
People are very helpful here.
People are very
helpful to tourists. Local people are helpful to tourists.
Even taught us Kashmiri language.
People like this are extremely hopeful and extremely cheerful and giving a total thumbs down to that call and support tourism here in Jammu and Kashmir. Reporting from Tal Boulevard with Kishan Kumar, I'm Anindya Banerjee for India Today.
Army Chief General Bipin Rawat has defended the move of using human shield to counter stone pelters in the valley. Rawat defended his troops over the human shield controversy, saying his men need innovative ways to fight the dirty war in Kashmir. He also said when people are throwing stones and petrol bombs at the army personnel, he cannot tell his men to just wait and die. Seemingly blaming stone pelting for making it difficult for army to conduct operations, Rawat said he would be happy if the protesters were firing weapons at the armed forces instead of throwing stones. Former Tamil Nadu Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha's Kodanad estate has been in the middle of a murky police investigation since the estate's loot and murder of the guard posted there in April. India Today has got an exclusive interview with former owner of the place who alleged he was coerced, pressurized and even threatened to part ways with the Price estate. He claims he also wasn't paid for the property. Listen into this shocking expose, and you are hearing it only on India Today.
Well, a constant harassment of phone calls endlessly from supposedly influential people. They also sent, on one occasion, 150 gundas up to the estate to try and persuade me.
This is the piece of property, a beautiful tea estate in the Nilgiri Hills that its previous owner claims he was forced to sell. The buyer, he says, a no ordinary person.
Constant, persistent pressure from members of Jayalalitha's inner circle, Sashikala, other ministers, other members of the party. They pretty much worked on us for about 2 years, 2.5 years. And while I was quite happy to take all the pressure, I had other family members who were finding it quite difficult. Jayalalitha wanted a property on the Nilgiris, a tea estate. I think that they visited a number of potential properties on the Nilgiris with a view to acquiring them. But they eventually set their hearts on Kodanad. I think at the heart of it all was Mr. Rajaratnam, who has got his own claim to fame. He was involved in a lot of various nefarious activities on behalf of AIDMK. But a number of ministers who I think I'd like to not name at this point. I think everybody was just doing what they were told.
Explosive, startling revelations about a beloved Amma and a very controversial Chinnamma. India Today has the exclusive version of Peter Earl Edward Jones, the man who owned the Kodanad tea estate for 20 years before he was reportedly coerced into selling it to Jayalalitha.
We were paid what amounted to a rather poor price, but under the circumstances it seemed that we had really no option, and we were promised that there would be other amounts that would be paid, but actually were never paid. I mean, to this day, as per my calculation, I think if I was to put 15% interest on what was not paid, the current dues are about 35 crores.
There are more allegations of Benami deals brokered by a liquor baron.
There was a lot of Benami activity at the time of the sale. A Benami was used, and within 1 day of the Benami transaction finishing, Jayalalitha and her associates took possession of the property.
Peter had his own views on the recent mysterious killings at the Kodanad estate.
Kodanad today must be one of the most best protected properties in India. There are cameras everywhere, there's security everywhere, there's police on alert. To have overcome all of that and to have made directly for rooms that contain money and documents I find it very difficult to believe that that could have happened without a lot of planning.
So are you planning to go to the court for this?
If it's possible, yes.
Peter Kane's revelation has opened a new chapter in the already controversial Kodanad estate. Looks like the trouble is far from over for Sashikala and her family members. With video journalist Daniel, this is Priyambada in Coimbatore for India Today.
The centre's decision to ban sale and purchase of cattle for slaughter, which is being seen as an effective ban on beef, has not gone down well in states where beef is legal. The opposition is up in arms and protests have broken out. It may soon be up to the courts to decide whether the new rule safeguards farmers or infringes on a person's right to choice of food. Meanwhile, Congress is in the middle of a storm, with party workers being accused of slaughtering a cow in public as a protest against the ban. While the party has distanced itself from the controversy, even Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi was forced to issue a condemnation.
Protests, beef-eating festivals, even cow slaughter in broad daylight. Modi government's decision to ban the sale and purchase of cattle from animal markets for slaughter has sparked a widespread outrage. The decision is expected to put severe pressure on farmers. It will also be a huge blow to the leather industry.
बीफ का मसला नहीं, इसमें बहुत सारा मसला है. इसमें दूध का मसला है, इसमें लेदर का मसला है. लेदर कॉम्प्लेक्स में आप जाकर देखिए कितना वर्कर जो बैठा हुआ, कोई काम नहीं है. तो ये सारा चीज जब यहाँ नहीं होगा तो ये सब फिर बाहर वाला से हमको मिलेगा. ये बांग्लादेश से आएगा, चाइना से आएगा. तो हम लोगों का इंडिया में क्या होगा?
The Modi administration is being accused of taking unilateral decisions and infringing on rights of state governments. In Kerala, where beef consumption is legal, the state government is considering approaching the Supreme Court after the Chief Minister wrote to the Prime Minister. But the centre has defended the move, calling it a reinforcement of existing laws.
अब हाटों का कानून पहले से है कि किसान कसाई को नहीं बेच सकते. केवल सरकार ने यही किया है कि जो पहले से कानून था उसको रीइंफोर्स करके कानून बनाया है. ये किसानों को बेहद नुकसान हुआ जब कसाई आते हैं.
For Gaurakshaks already on rampage across the country, the new rules may act as a morale booster. While the government has done its bit, the ball could once again be in the Supreme Court, which has become a favourite battleground for the Treasury benches and the opposition. Bureau Report, India Today.
After controversy over marks moderation policy, CBSE has announced the class 12th results and the toppers are engaged in celebrations. Noida's Raksha Gopal is the topper with 99.6% marks. The students now look forward to another grueling session with the admission process going on. Here's the report.
It's all smiles at this Noida school, with even the principal of the school and teachers joining in the celebrations. And the reason behind the euphoria is this young girl. 17-year-old Raksha Gopal is this year's CBSE Class 12 topper, not only in NCR but the entire country, securing a whopping 99.6% in arts.
I was literally jumping because I did not believe it. I could not, I really couldn't. So I was like jumping and I was like really happy. And I was very nervous because obviously it was the board result and board results get a lot of anxiety with it.
Raksha scored an unbelievable 103 subjects: English, political science and economics, and managed to score a 99 in 2 subjects, psychology and history.
Actually, on the golf course, she called and said she has stopped. For 2 minutes I stopped everything and then I told my people playing with me. And they hugged me and said, Gopal, what is this?
Sunday morning also turned out to be a very special one for Chandigarh's Bhumi Sawant. A student of DAV school, Bhumi scored 99.4% in the science stream.
बहुत ज़्यादा खुश हूँ, बहुत बढ़िया लग रहा है. It's a wonderful moment for me. उम्मीद थी, but फिर भी एक था कि क्या रैंक आएगी, कुछ पता नहीं था. थोड़ा सा सरप्राइज तो था मेरे लिए.
मुझे तो स्टार्टिंग से ही फक्र है इस पे, स्टार्टिंग से ही प्राउड है. तो हमेशा फर्स्ट आई है, हर क्लास में फर्स्ट आई है. ऐसा कोई ज़रूरी नहीं है कि बेटा ही हमेशा नाम रोशन करता है, बेटियां भी बहुत नाम रोशन करती है.
Scenes of celebrations are similar in another Chandigarh home. Family and friends of Aditya Jain can't stop beaming in happiness. Aditya is the All India Commerce topper with 99.2% marks.
Feels great. You cannot explain this feeling. It's something different. I didn't expect to top. Of course, my board exams went great and I was expecting a great result.
The CBSE results this year has been a lot about high scorers. The number of students scoring between 95 to 100% has risen to over 10,000. However, the pass percentage has decreased to 82% this year from last year's 83. And now it's time for the students to begin their college run.
I think it's just being regular and not getting very stressed about it, because that actually has a negative impact. So I think just do what you can during the time and not worry so much about the results.
I'm very excited to have done well, even though the grade is not something I was looking forward to. It's just a matter of having the fruits of your effort, which is what these grades eventually mean to me. But apart from that, I'm just excited to be with my friends here and have done well on the board.
After a huge war between the courts and the CBSE results are finally out. But the tough time for the students aren't yet over. With the admission process has started in most of the universities, including Delhi University, this is going to be yet another battle for the students. With camera person Anurag Saxena, this is Parveena, Delhi for India Today.
Rajinikanth is fiercely guarding his moves as far as entering politics is concerned, but India Today has the biggest faces from the BJP, dropping more than enough hints that Talaiva is in the talks with the party's leadership. Take a look.
To Kala. India Today has brought to you the best of the superstar at every step of his career. India Today has once again been at the forefront, bringing you the voices that matter with the most comprehensive, unparalleled coverage. He first revealed the teaser.
அந்த ஆண்டவனை வந்து நான் ஒரு கருவி, அந்த ஆண்டவனை வந்து பயன்படுத்திட்டு இருக்கான். இப்போ நடிகனா பயன்படுத்திட்டு இருக்கான், நடிகனா நடிச்சிட்டு இருக்கேன். நாளைக்கு என்னமா பயன்படுத்துறானோ.
But stayed silent on the real answer.
You don't want to talk about politics completely, but what are your views, sir? Because all the fans...
no politics. Please don't talk about politics, right?
But when the time, we are all waiting for the time.
The political uncertainty in Tamil Nadu has given new meaning to Rajini's overtures and has sent the political world into a tizzy.
देखिए, अभी रजनीकांत जी ने पहले तय करना पड़ेगा. हमारी तरफ से हर अच्छे व्यक्ति का राजनीति में आने के लिए स्वागत है.
The strongest whiff yet coming from camp BJP.
Rajinikanth already met the Prime Minister 2-3 times, and also the All India leaders have met, discussed with him, and he is going to take final decision.
What would you like to talk? But the superstar and his family are holding their cards close to their chest, keeping the guessing game on, and showing the world that Talaiva is boss, that politics or films, he will never disappoint his fans. And India Today will never disappoint its viewers, staying ahead every step of the game. Bureau Report, India Today.
So that is a wrap on this bulletin. Stay tuned. News and updates continue. I appreciate your company.